Good afternoon. My name is Rosemary Mudhoni Kinuthia, the chair for Kiambu County CSO Networks. I want to go back to the report, and it gave few recommendations in terms of tax effective utilization, fighting corruption, kazi mtaani kwa sababu ya mayouth, enhance quality education. But the truth is, all these things are there. Ziko kwa documents. We lobby for quality education. Tax are supposed to be effectively utilized. So those recommendations is a chorus that we sang for many years. One of the things early, I think some few months ago, with Madam Diana, we had a debt conference at Laiko, and we were discussing about the same, exactly what we are talking about. But we need solutions. We need solutions. We cannot continue complaining and telling people, giving people information that they already know. And I'll give a practical solution. Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, we are very proud of you for what you're doing. But allow me to inject the injector, who you are. KPLC, the reason why Honorable Sifuna was talking about they use 1 billion shillings in Nairobi to feed kids. Do you know why that happens? Because a mama mwenye anapika chips muitu hawezi fanya hivyo kwa sababu ya stima. Nyumba analipa stima. Rent kukomboa mwenye nyumba anaitishwa deposit ya stima. Masonary carpentry anatumia stima. Stima where maybe Dindi and 124 others have decided, they woke up in the morning and decided to hike the power. That is why we are spending 1 billion shilling to feed kids. Reduce power, mkubwa. Then we will not have to feed kids. People, any parent can feed their children if they have a decent livelihood. Those are solutions. 2, MPs in this country get paid allowances to do a job that you are paying them to do. Unapata mtu ameweka mileage ya 100 million or 50 million ya mafuta kwenda Marsabit ni kama anatumia mafuta ya ndege, and you get paid for it. Surprisingly, we are actually the perpetrators of the same economic inequality we are talking about. Let's be honest. We are actually the perpetrators of that. Maneno ya kazi mtaani. You've mentioned about kazi mtaani na mayouth. Mimi natoka Mwehoko Kiambu. I've seen youth wakitoa vitu kwa mtaro. The people who are employed by Kiambu government to do that. Mayouth wakitoa wanakuanga wapi na kwa sababu wanalipwa. We are duplicating things. We have commissioners in parastatos 7-5 in a director, commissioner watano. Wanafanya nini? Why the hell do we have 60-year-olds still working as public service? Watoto wetu watapata kazi wapi? We need to be practical. We need to stop these conversations of kulienda, kulirudi, kunaenda. Can we start having solutions? Okay. Practical solutions. Okay. And I think that is where I stand. We are done with these conferences. Let us start having solutions. Kwanza Dindi ende aseme watu wote wa retire over 60 instant. Aende aseme hivyo na makomission na nyumbani na stima, it's within you. 10 bob down and we are good.
Okay, Rosemary, thank you so much for that. Now, as we do that, you know, when you call for 60-year-olds to stop working, well, of course, that is the law, but at the same time, there's pensioners' poverty that has become a serious problem in this country. For every person here who is approaching 60 years, you're also thinking about it. How will life be? Now, the people asking questions, they didn't say whom they're asking. Now, panelists, you have such a big responsibility. And let's start with you, Dindi, because you say you have a quick one.
Thank you very much, Rosemary. Let me start with you. And you are very passionate. Let me start with Kenya Power. Let me clarify that in this hall, there are people who participate in the Nairobi Securities Exchange, including today. With a CDS account, you buy any share anytime. I am a passive minority shareholder only. And I did that because I saw there was value probably that time. I have never been to Kenya Power headquarters since that investment. And I don't sit in any board, I don't sit in any committee, I don't influence anything they do. So I did that just the same way A Kenyan has shares in Equity Bank, another one in Safaricom. I am a passive shareholder. I think I have answered.
What proportion do you own?
Let me leave some research for you to do. But I did that purely as a Kenyan investor, nothing more, nothing else. But if you ask me about the same question on power, now objectively, I think I'll just tackle that, then let the others handle the rest. As a member of parliament and as a Kenyan, the issue of power is the issue of, number one, we start with demand supply. Kenya has very low supply of power, we start there. Secondly, we look at what are the other interventions we can do as Kenya to bring one, connection of power, that is availability, down, but also the real cost. In terms of connections, and we actually wrote this in one of our reports in my previous station, simple thing we need to do. Kenya Power can easily lower the cost of connection per household by seeding some of the things they do. Many times Kenya Power is known for procurement more than power because of the tenders of meters, poles, and the rest. And especially cables, meters, and poles. In Kenya, we give contracts for people to print our money, the most sensitive thing. Let me compare Kenya Power and Safaricom. Whatever Safaricom does, because let's say they do also fiber the same way Kenya Power does, they let people or their contractors purchase those things and then they lower the cost down. Let me just summarize what I'm trying to say. Kenya Power can easily liberalize power connection by just having distributors where you can buy poles, you can buy your own meter, you can buy your own cable. They only come to supervise, as many other companies do. That can cut the cost of power connection by 50%. Because they buy, let's say, poles from Makutano. The poles are brought in Nairobi. The pole that is 7,000 becomes 14,000. So the end user pays much more. Why do you need to do that? If you're a power company, cede whatever is not power to those people who can do it better. In terms of generation, we just need to accelerate power generation in Kenya, and especially the cheaper one. If you look at KenGen, which are 65% of the market in terms of production, they are the ones who produce the least, with the least cost, I mean. They are the ones who sell power at the least cost to Kenya Power. But you get some other patronage-based IPPs who are charging power more than 5 times what KenGen charges. I think we need to give more focus to KenGen, make it raise more money because they have huge assets of 500 billion shillings. They expand power generation and then they decimate the private power producers, and the cost will come down.
Dr. Abdi, there are several questions about education, from adult education to capitation. Yeah.
Thank you.
And CBE that is creating inequality.
Thank you for that. Well, first of all, I just want to start by saying that our education system is okay. In the sense that, look at, we do assessments, common assessments, regionally and internationally. For example, at grade 6, we do the Southern and Eastern African Consortium for Monitoring Education Quality. We share that with 15 sub-Saharan African countries. Out of the 15 countries, we, in numeracy and in reading, we